the Mystery Mouse podcast. My name is Holly. I'm coming to you from Colorado, where I live with my husband and our 5 kids and our many pets. And today it is Friday, May 30th. So this is a mostly knitting podcast. I also have some crochet to talk about today, some cross stitch to talk about today, and an update on some things going into my shop, including big announcement, my advent calendar for this year. So keep your eyes peeled today for some little clues as to what my advent calendar theme will be, but I will announce it at the end of the podcast. So I'm drinking coffee today in my little chip mug. I think I might have been using this last time, but I can't remember because I filmed my last episode twice, and so I get really confused. That is the only time I have ever done that. Film the same episode twice. Anyway, I think it's been about a month since I talked to you. I have a lot to talk about. I was in a little bit of a knitting slump, like crafting creative slump around the last episode. I think I talked about that a little bit. So I definitely have come out of that. I'm so thankful because there's nothing worse than not feeling like working on anything. So I have a few finished objects. First finished objects is still in a project bag. It's this adorable project bag by Susan of Delightful Works that I had in my shop. And this is actually finished, but I'm still weaving an end, so I thought I would show you. This is inside out. But so see, I've woven in the ends on the back and one sleeve, and look at this. This is what you get for knitting stripes. You know, it's like, and they're not, I can't carry them, you know, they're too far away. So this is fingering weight held together, so it kind of looks worse than it is because there's 2 strings for every end. So I have to weave these in. I actually had him wear this the other day because it was cold outside and I just had it by me. So I popped it on him and he was like, this is really itchy. But I think it was because the ends were tickling him. So let me turn it out the right way so you can see how it looks. All right, so here it is. It's very cute. It's just the flax, the worsted weight version, although this is more like a DK because I held 2 fingering weight strands together. And I love the combination. Some of these, like this was 2 different yarns. I mean, the red, this one, and this one were all 2 different yarns. And this was the same. Like I did 2 balls of the same white with black speckles. I love how it turned out. So I did make it longer. I think it ended around here somewhere. I had the ribbing. So I added these 2 stripes and then the ribbing. And it's a good length now. And the sleeves fit really well. Now when I block this, I am going to block it. I'm going to try to block it all directions and see if I can get it to grow a little bit. It feels kind of dense. I don't know if that's because it's 2 strands, or I think I used a 6. So that's kind of my go-to DK needle. But, and I did do some short rows in the back, so this stripe is longer in the back than it is in the front. But I think it's gonna fit him really well. I just hope he doesn't grow too much this summer because that would be a disaster. But I'm so happy to have that done. I just have to do the weaving in of the last, and I've been kind of avoiding it, but I don't really mind once I get going. It's a little bit addictive. The other thing I finished was actually the project that went with this project bag. It was made out of the mini skeins set that came with this bag. Is this little chicken. Look at her. So I made this little shawl separate. So she is without the shawl. Her bottom is just the darker tan, and green tail. I put some beanbag stuff in her bottom, so she sits really nice. But then I decided to make this little shawl for her. So it's just kind of like a little circular or half circle shawl. I did some color work. I did a big rapid increase right here. and because I wanted it to be a little ruffly. Then I did a couple of stripes, and I don't even remember what I did for the end. I think it's just a couple rows of like a garter stitch, and I just put that on her. And I just tied the ends like I had one, you know, the end of my knitting. I just left that end in there, and then I took half of it and sewed it into the other side, and I just tied a little bow. And I think it is so cute. So she is my little Curious Critters emotional support chicken, and now she is fingering weight. So I wanted to see how different the size would be. So this is my original emotional support chicken. You can see how much bigger it is. This is basically like a full-size chicken. So here is the size comparison. They are so cute. So anyway, if you've never knit this pattern, I highly recommend it. I really enjoy it. It's very modular and kind of potato chippy because you know, it's just garter stitch, so that's nice and mindless, but you do have a lot of shaping to do, and there's always something going on. I think I have one more set left in the shop, only one, so that is in my shop. The third thing I finished was, I think it was late one night. Well, not late, but medium late, you know, like 8 o'clock. And I wanted to, I don't know, I wanted to finish something. Do you ever feel like that? Like you don't want to work on something that's still going to be there tomorrow. So I finished this little kitty. I had knit this kitty. This is from the Mini Kitty Poof pattern. It's a Knit Picks pattern, and it's a very simple pattern. I mean, it's just basically you knit a tube. I'm sure they have some things. It's got just a straight top and stuff like that. So I had made a couple of Mini Kitty Poofs following the pattern, pretty much, but I added tails. So I added a tail to this one. And this pink stripy yarn is some hand spun that I did. And this is some, it was just a leftover from a wolf hat that I made for Teddy when he was younger. So she was sitting with an open bottom, like she was stuffed. She had her eyes. She did not have her tail. She did not have her nose and her whiskers. So I picked up around, so I left this little, like, I don't know how you would call it. It's almost like a slit. Like when I started knitting this, I knit it straight, flat, and then I joined in the round or whatever. And so what I do is I pick up around the slit and just knit the tail out and then stuff it, and then I sew it to the body. And I think it just helps it stand up, and it looks more like a cat from the back. I don't know. So I did that, and I closed the bottom. I put some beanbag stuff in her so she would stand up nice. I sewed on her little nose and her whiskers. She looks perpetually surprised. But it was so funny because I was showing Grady my 3 finished kitties, and he was like, it's a family, because, you know, there's 2 big ones and 1 little one. I thought that was cute. I'm just so happy to have finished this because I don't know how many years it sat on my shelf, like mostly done. It was just a terrible shame. So she is sitting with her, I guess, mom and dad in my little closet office and being so cute. So I think those are all my finished objects. Sometimes I forget and I totally space things that I finished, but I don't think I did. Oh, I was thinking about what to do with the leftovers. Here is my leftovers from the emotional support chicken. So I have quite a bit left over. Here's the colors. And these are my little mouse stitch stoppers. So this is how I knit it with, I just had a couple of sock DPNs and I put these on to be the top of the needle. And because I enjoy knitting on straights if it's not super big. And I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. I mean, I have some leftovers projects, but I made this tiny granny square. So I don't know if my little chicken, she might need a blanket. I don't know. But I always do this to myself. I'm like, I could make granny squares with it, and then I have to sew them together, and I hate myself. But anyway, so that was my leftovers. It's something I'm thinking about doing. All right, now on to some whips. So what you saw last time, I was working on a Legend of Zelda, like, whatchamacallit, mitered square blanket. What is that called when it's pixel art? Yeah, it's a pixel art mitered square blanket for Teddy. So I want to show you how far I've gotten. So here is, so this is the original 8-bit Link from the first Zelda game. So here, I think this is his shield, his first foot, and his second foot. It's kind of like he's standing, you know, because he's about to attack. So I've almost made it across the bottom. I think I figured out that this, I think it's this one, this column is in the center. So I have, I don't know, a few more rows to go. And then it will be all the way across. I think the way it's going to turn out is like a kind of a big square. Well, not a big square, but it's not going to be long enough for sure. So I'm definitely going to add a border and probably all the way around, but then I'll probably add more on the top and the bottom. I might even do the Triforce thing. Is that what it's called? If I have room. So this is my late at night project and I'm really enjoying it. It's just a mitered square. It's with worsted weight acrylic. And I just look at my phone. I have the pixelated picture of him and see what color I have to do next. So I think once I finish going, I have 4 squares going across all the bottom. Then I'll start, I don't know, I'll start going up. I have to go from, when I'm looking at it in my lap, I have to go from left to right, I think, because of the way I'm attaching them to each other. So I am really enjoying that. It's a nice, mindless project. All right, another thing that I showed you last time that I did only get a tiny bit of work done, but I thought I would show it to you anyway because I want to be held accountable for this project. This is my Celtic Swan Show by Cheryl Beckerich of Wise Owl Knits, and it's going to look pretty much exactly the same, but I got 2 more rounds done, and let's see. Cables, you can see them are starting to emerge. That's the back, because you can see the short rows. Here's the front, here's the sleeve, here's the cables. So I took this down because I watched Mission Impossible 2 with Teddy. He's making me watch all the Tom Cruise Mission Impossible movies with him. Bonding time, you know. So and I had seen Mission Impossible 1. We watched that a few days ago. But then it was time to watch Mission Impossible 2. And I had never seen it. So I was trying to pay attention. And also I was on a cable row. And it was not good. But I did get some done. And then later that night I did some more. So I am really enjoying this project. It's just when you're doing cables, or lace, I suppose. But when you're doing cables, you have to focus. At least I do. I am not a very experienced cable knitter. I've knit like those kind of things where it's like you have the same kind of cable over and over again, just like a vertical strip of cables. So this is in my bag by Stolen Minutes. Stolen Minutes. And yes, it's a nice big bag. Okay. So I am going to keep working on that. I feel like I broke a little inertia because I had not worked on it in a while. This was yesterday. So also in this bag by A Needle Runs Through It, this is a new project that I started because I was really feeling the weight of my leftovers. Do you guys ever feel that? Just feel like, oh, I have so much yarn. I have so many leftovers. I have got to do something with them. And so I just decided I really wanted a crochet project also, so I started a 12-point star blanket, And where am I? This is just using fingering weight yarn held double. So it's kind of fun because sometimes I can fade a little bit, which is what I'm doing here. I don't know what I'm going to do, if I'm going to repeat the rainbow or do some pastels. I'm not sure, but I am really enjoying this. And if you want a 12-point star baby blanket, there's that one that Noble Character Crafts always does, Amy. I can't remember what it is, but I kind of made this up. So I started with a circle, and then I made it into like I made it pointy. I was trying to remember because I've done this before, and I didn't want to look it up. I just wanted something I could just do without thinking. So I think I finally kind of got it down how I want it to be. But I'm just really enjoying this, and I just work on this also probably late at night if I need something sort of mindless. Because the truth is, I get bored with these kind of knits, but then I need them. I need them sometimes when my brain is totally fried. So that is a new crochet project. I think that's all my whips. There's probably a couple other things that I've worked on. I know that I did work on my Advent pattern from last year, the Cabot Cove cowl. And I did a few rounds on that. Oh, and I do have this to show you. So in this bag, this is kind of a secret knit. This is a bag by Susan of Delightful Works that I got in January at the Knitty McPurly retreat. I just love it. I'm just kind of going to flash this at you. This is my pattern I am making up for my Advent calendar this year. So it's going to be a shawl. I'm just knitting it in one color right now just to try to figure the pattern out so you can kind of see. It's hard to see in this busy yarn what's going on. But this is yarn by Chicken Lady Fiber Arts. Let me see what it's called. I have two skeins. I got this for Christmas. It's called Coffee Please with a Shot of Cynicism. That is by Chicken Lady. I just love these browns. I am a brown person. So that's going along well, and I'm trying to get a lot done on that so that pattern can be finished also. And if you are waiting on my bookish vest pattern that I showed a couple episodes ago, I am working on that pattern. I think I finished writing the pattern, and now I'm trying to grade it. And this is a whole new world of skills for me. So because I've done a few knitting patterns, but they've all been, you know, accessories that are just one size. And so now I'm having to really think and focus and have some quiet, and that's just very rare in my house. So I'm doing my best. Okay, so now for some cross stitch stuff. I am not a floss tuber, but I have really been enjoying watching floss tube. I think I've told you before, I used to be a big cross stitcher before my knitting days, and spring is always a cross stitch time of year for me for some reason. I've always gotten a little bit of a cross stitch bug in the spring. So I showed last episode I had finished that duck thing that I've been working on for a long time, and I think it just kind of lit a fire under me to do some more cross stitch. So I wanted to show you, I think I've shown this on the podcast before. This is my oldest whip of any kind. This is the Four Seasons Cats. This was Janlin kit. Yeah, Janlin. It's by Donna Vermillion Giampa. So this is a kit from probably the 90s. And I am finishing the summer cat. So I did the winter cat when I was like a teenager, and I did the back stitch and everything, and some of it's starting to come out because it's been there for so long. But I mean, so years ago I worked on it, and then I did the spring cat and the fall cat. I love the fall cat. And then I guess I left summer for last because I don't like summer, so makes sense. And I'm doing all this. There's like 7 colors of beige in here for this cat, but it looks so amazing from far away. I mean, not too far away, but he doesn't have any eyes, so he looks a little creepy. So I have to finish, there's some, I think there's some sort of window frame, and then there's a bunch of flowers outside, like sunflowers, and then he's got a little border with sunflowers in the corners. So I'm so close to getting this done. I mean, I still have all the back stitch for these 3, plus fixing a few places in this. And you can really tell this is from a long time ago because I didn't do all my X's the same direction, which is kind of annoying. But I'm not going to take it out because, I mean, who cares that much? It's a map of my past. Anyway, I am really enjoying working on this, but I do have to pay attention because it's a lot of confetti stitching, changing colors and counting and stuff like that. But I'm going to finish this. I can feel it. I've never felt that before for this pattern, but I'm going to finish it. So that is very exciting. I don't know if you can still get that kit, but it's a beautiful, beautiful kit. Another thing that I've worked on, which I showed you a while ago, it's been a while since this has made an appearance, is this cross stitch that I'm making for my mom. It's like a winter sleigh ride with a beautiful house kind of thing. And this is a kit also that I just got a couple years ago. It's a dimensions kit. It's $37.85 Winter Wonderland. Do I have the, I don't know if I have the picture. Wait, here it is. Here's the cover photo. So you can see I take such good care of all my things. So this is what it's gonna look like. So I have a lot to do on this one still. I kind of started with the focal point, and I've got all these trees here on the side, this bridge and the road and the sky. So I've got a lot left to do, but what I've done on this is I did a lot of this purple sky part, which is just half cross stitch. And I did go over and do some more green over here. So I'm enjoying doing this. I would love to give this to my mom for Christmas this year, but we shall see. It just feels good to be making progress. You know what I mean? And not to be having these things totally languish and feel unloved, because I do love them. And then my last cross stitch thing that I'm actively working on, this is a collection of patterns called A Congress of Eagles by Siren Stitchworks. This is a current pattern. I think it's pretty new actually. And I am doing this one, the 1776 Eagle. And here is what that looks like. And this is so fun and so different for me as a stitcher. I usually do the big, you know, dimensions kind of kits where it's very detailed and a lot of color changes. And this is just 2 colors. And I'm just doing this on a square of, I think, 18 count Aida. I am an Aida stitcher for sure. Not that I will never stitch on linen, but I just prefer Aida. So I just used 2 colors that I had, and a bright blue and a bright red. So I just have to put 1776, and there's some little feathery kind of things on the sides. And I'm making this as an ornament for our little America Christmas tree. And it is going to be so cute. So that is that. And I would eventually like to make all of these, but this is one of the smallest ones. And I think the other ones are going to be too big to be ornaments, but we shall see. I'm really enjoying that. It's really a nice break just to have very low color. It's kind of like doing the mitered square blanket or crochet blanket at the end of the day. It's just like so much less thinking. It's really nice. So I really enjoy that. All right, now I do have some acquisitions, so let me show you my acquisitions and then we will do some shop talk. So first of all, a yarn acquisition. I actually had this when I did my last episode. And I totally forgot to show you, so let me show you. I got these 3 skeins of Knitty McPurly Valentine on her worsted base. And this is a beautiful red. I would say it's a very slightly pinky red. It looks really, really red on the screen, but it's a very slightly pinky red, but it is a beautiful red, and I'm probably going to make a vest out of this if I can get a vest out of 3 skeins. I think I can. Maybe one of my bookish vests, because I want one in like every color. So that is my only yarn acquisition, I think. I mean, I might have gotten, who knows? I think it's my only acquisition. I do have some cross-stitch acquisitions to show you. So back when the Nashville needlework market was going on, I made an order. I always order from Lindy Stitches. She is a YouTuber that I watch sometimes. I will link her YouTube channel down below, but she always does a great, like if there's a big needlework market that they're going to, she does great videos about like showing all the designs and talking about them and stuff. And so I ordered from her. So I got a few things I'm excited to make. This is called Any Town, Tiny Town. So here's it's just a little town, so cute. I love houses and buildings, and I really like that. The same series also had a nativity. I think this was very popular. So I got the nativity, and I cannot wait to make that. She also had with a nativity frill, which is the little wise men. That would be an adorable ornament. Can you imagine it on some dark blue? So I'm really excited to make those. And also I got this because I had to. It is a little mouse, and she lives in a teapot. This is called Hazel's Blackberry Burrow by Blueberry Ridge Design. And oh, it's so cute. I kind of want to splurge and get all of the hand-dyed floss for this one. I haven't done that a lot. I do have some hand-dyed floss, but it's like random colors. So I really like that. Then I went to, here in Denver, the Denver area where I live, there is a little shop called the Craft Box, and it's like used, well, not used, but pre-owned craft supplies. Like they have all kinds of cross-stitch stuff. They have knitting, they have some yarn, they have knitting needles, fabric, lots of fabric, scrapbook supplies, different kinds of things. And I bought this little cross-stitch pattern. This is a Little House Needleworks Bringing Home the Tree. And I got this for $1.49. So I just thought, since I'm in such a ornament cross-stitch mood, I might as well do that. All right, I think that's all my acquisitions that I need to talk to you about. So on to shop news. So first of all, I am gonna have some date with a mystery skein kind of things in my shop. So I'm just going to wrap up a skein. These will be for yarns that have been in the shop for a long time and their listing has expired, or maybe they were things I was trying out that weren't quite what I wanted for a certain color. So you can choose fingering or decay, and they will come to you wrapped like this, and they will be a mystery. So look for that in my shop, Mystery Skeins. I also want to announce my Classic Tales Yarn Club for June. So this will go on sale June 1st through June 15th. It will ship out the 15th or after, depending on when you order. And this month, the book is going to be Mary Poppins. So these are such classic books. I love, of course, the Mary Poppins movie. It's probably my second favorite movie of all time. But anyway, so I will be taking inspiration from the original story and vintage illustrations that I can find. There are some beautiful illustrations in this book. Let me show you some. this. I love that one. So I hope that you'll check that out. It will only be on sale for those 2 weeks, and then the listing will close. You can choose a sock set, which includes 100-gram skein and 20-gram mini skein, fingering weight, or you can choose fingering weight 2 full skeins. So one would be the main color and one would be the mini skein tonal. I always put lots of little extras. I always do either a stitch marker set or progress keeper, and lots of little treats and goodies and extras in there. So check that out. That will be on sale this Sunday, June 1st. So now, can you guess what my advent calendar is going to be? It's going to be Christmas in the Castle Library, a Beauty and the Beast inspired advent calendar. I am so excited to do this advent calendar. Beauty and the Beast is hands down my favorite Disney movie and probably my favorite movie. I know I've told you guys this before, but Beauty and the Beast came out when I was 9 or 10 years old, and she was the first princess to have brown hair, which was a big deal to me. I had brown hair. She loved to read. I loved to read. It was the perfect combination of things. And plus, I think the story of Beauty and the Beast, even as an adult, is so deep and so much more meaningful than so many other Disney movies, which I still love. But instead of love at first sight or sort of falling in love with a prince to get you out of a bad situation, it's like overcoming your initial reaction to someone who is not attractive. And it's an amazing story of true love that you get to see grow and blossom. And I just love it. I feel very passionate about it. So I'm really excited for this advent calendar. Like I said, there's going to be a pattern that goes with it. And of course, you don't have to knit the pattern. You can do whatever you want with your yarn. But it's 12 20-gram fingering weight mini skeins plus 1 full skein for Christmas Day. And there will be a little mystery included. I always try to do that because I love mysteries. I love being surprised. I've already got some great stuff in the works with some of my creative partners in crime, so to speak. Susan of Delightful Works is making something for my Advent box this year, and also Elizabeth, my friend who is EB & Co. US on Etsy, is making some beautiful hand-beaded stitch markers. So I hope you check it out. Now listen, this is going to be a little different, and one of the reasons that I have waited so long to announce my advent calendar is because I sell through Etsy, and they do not like you doing way ahead pre-orders. I think the longest they really like you to do pre-orders is like 3 weeks. I guess they think you just don't need more time than that. But so whenever I put my advent calendar in sale in the spring, I have these overdue parcels for months sitting in my shop, and it just gets very upset with me, and it says you have to mail these things, and then I can't buy my postage through Etsy after a certain amount of time. The ability to do that expires, so then I end up paying for the postage myself, which I do anyway, but it's like 3 times as much as it would have been. Like it's 3 times more than it charged the customer for shipping. So I'm just trying to be smarter about how I do things this year. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put half of them up now in a different way, and then I'm going to put half of them up in August. So if you know you want one but you are fine with waiting until August, then you can get one in August. But if you want to be sure that you get one and you want to get it now, maybe you have the money for it now, or you're just really excited about it, which thank you, I hope you are. I am going to put my email in the description, and what I would really like is for you to email me, and then I will send you a link to my PayPal, and I'll tell you how much it is. I'll send you a link to my PayPal, and you can pay me through PayPal and send me your address and everything, all your information, and then I will put that aside, and I will send that to you, of course, during the season. They usually go out the first week or so of November. That's my goal. So, and if you want to wait and order through Etsy, they will be available in August. So I would love it if some of you would order it now, because I do have to buy all the yarn and pay for all of the extras and all the packaging. A lot of times it's the packaging is what really drives the prices of these things up. But I really hope that you will check it out, because I put a lot of care and attention into my advent calendar. I love sort of these sets, the sort of, I don't know, I love putting everything together. It's very satisfying, and it's one of the reasons that I'm doing the Classic Tales Yarn Club. It's kind of like a very, very small mini advent calendar, because I get to sort of work with a theme and pick stuff to go with it, and it's really fun. So anyway, so that's what you need to do. If you want to get one now, please look down in the description box below this video. I will have a mystery mouse email, which is a new email my husband set up for me. And just email me and say, I'm interested in purchasing your advent calendar, and I will send you a PayPal link and tell you the amount and all of that sort of thing. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I would love to know what crafts you are working on. Has this springtime given you any nudges to do any other kind of crafting? Are you doing any cross stitch? Because I just want to know. I'm curious. I know that a lot of us do both, or I know a lot of people used to do cross stitch because it was really a big thing in like the 90s, I feel like, for some reason. And then I think the knitting world kind of took off. But I would love for you to tell me if you enjoy doing that, or if you'd like to get into it. Let me know your love for Mary Poppins and Beauty and the Beast, if you are a Beauty and the Beast fan. Tell me what you love about it. Please tell me what you've been up to. Do you have any plans for the summer? We are on the cusp of summer. And, you know, I'm trying, as I am not a summer person, I'm really trying to use this time to prepare for the fall. And think of it that way, like I get to knit things and make things so that I can enjoy my fall and spend that time doing the things I want to do. So I hope you will have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your crafting, enjoy your knitting, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye. I have to film my podcast.
With you.
Why?
Because I love to do podcasts. I didn't do podcasts. I didn't do podcasting.
What's so great about podcasting?
I just want to do it. I didn't did it.
You did it?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's time for you to take your nap.
I want to be with the girls, but they're not going to let me.
Why did you kick him out of your room?
First of all, he was being really loud. Second of all, he was being really annoying. Third of all, he was making a mess. Fourth of all, he was messing things up. Fifth of all, he was being in my bedroom and I told him just be careful in there, and he was messing things up and getting into stuff he shouldn't be getting into.
I was being good in your room.
You can go in there, but just don't mess with anything and don't be too loud.
I didn't mess with things.
All right, try again, Grady. Go try again.
I didn't mess up things.
Stay posted. No. Stay. Oh, pumpkin. Come here. Come here. Come here, pumpkin. Come here. my coffee. And it is this little chicken. Toby, I'm filming.